Hello, Just Too Good here, and this is a video that was many years in the making. Well, if you guys remember, around the time The Force Awakens was coming out, I ranked every LEGO Star Wars set, or I attempted to. I was going through brick set, and I was breaking it up by era, and I would be like, okay, 1999 to 2002, 2003 to 2006, or whatever, and I ended up never finishing the project. Well, today, the new LEGO Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker sets, I guess this is actually like 2 days after that, have released. So I was like, hey, might as well cover every LEGO Star Wars sets in its 20 years run from 1999 to 2019. Let's see if I can make it through there. Keep in mind first that I'm not like the biggest LEGO Star Wars fan. I mean, I grew up on some of the movies. They weren't like my favorite movies though. And the prequels I'm really distant to. So I'm probably going to get some prequel knowledge, if not a lot of prequel knowledge, wrong. Same with the Clone Wars. I've never really seen the Clone Wars in its entirety. And just keep that in mind, but I'm going to be giving my thoughts on every single set. So let's start out with the first LEGO Star Wars set, the lightsaber duel. Now you're going to see for sets that mean more to me, I'll put more time to them, and sets that mean less to me, I'll put less time. With this one does mean a little bit to me. I do have it. I remember I got it 2 years ago, and this is kind of a good set in my opinion because Darth Maul was a figure that a lot of people wanted, and he came in a very cheap set like this, so that's cool. Nowadays he comes in much more expensive sets, so I do say that, and he had a Sith Infiltrator and Microfighter this year that was pretty cheap, so yeah. Nice figure there, nice set. This is the first land speeder. They do have a lot of these just done recently. I remember they did one in the Cantina, and then they did one, like, I think around the Rogue One January wave. But it's a classic build. I don't have too much else to say. Very standard set. This one, Droid Fighter. This is always one that I did not like. It's not minifigure scale. It's kind of, well, I mean, it is minifigure scale, but there's no minifigure included. So that's great. Naboo Swamp. I do own this one. And this is one I remember growing up when I was younger. I always used to see in the catalogs and I used to want. I think my cousin owned this one, and then I eventually got this around 2017. Because 2017-ish, you'll see I got a lot of these old sets. Never got speeder bikes, though. Speeder bikes is actually one of the more expensive ones from the first wave. I think it's like 60 or 70 sealed, so that's that. The Snow Speeder, this one is very similar to the one in 2004, I think it was, or 2003, which I do own that one. So whenever I see this set, I remember that set that I do own. I don't think I have. I do have the remake that came out this year. The first X-Wing fighter is actually pretty good. Like, I think this is a good build. I think the price was, what, $20? I mean, it was so much cheaper then. But it does use a lot less pieces. Okay, $30. So, there you go. But, yeah, good build. It looks, I guess, better than some of these other ones. So, nice. And the Naboo fighter, I do own this one. I think I did a review fairly recently. I never really liked this vehicle too much. I do like the yellow on it though. This was cool, the TIE Fighter and Y-Wing, because they comboed those two vehicles together. They don't do that too often nowadays, but I don't own this one. Sith Infiltrator, I think this is one of the ones that kind of is on the worst scale. It's just so darn blocky, and I don't own it. I was going to say I do own it, but I own the one from, I think, 2005 or 2006. This is one I always wanted as a kid too, but I eventually did get this, I think around, 2015, 2016. I've done a review of it, so that was cool. But I love, like growing up, I loved Stingrays and Manta Rays, so if this had one of those, and this was one of the few sets that I've seen that had them, at least when I was looking in the catalogs, I guess I avoided like the Divers theme. But also, I like the overall design of this. Yeah, it's pretty darn blocky, but it's a very interesting build. It's one of the more original prequel trilogy vehicles. So you got more pod racer stuff, which is interesting because Anakin's pod racer is the same build in these two sets. They don't do that nowadays too much, where they have the same build in two different sets in the same wave. We have the minifigure pack, which this is moving on to 2000, and this was like a series they did. I think it was like only available in LEGO stores, if I'm not mistaken, but you could get some characters. More desirable one, definitely the Boba Fett. Got Biker Scouts and Chewie, and probably the least desirable, the battle droids, because those are very easy to get. This is the 2000 stuff. I do own this little desert skiff. It's one of the cheaper ways to get Han Solo, which is cool. Actually, speaking of which, did Han Solo even come in? Yeah, I guess Han Solo did not come in any of the 1999 sets, nor did Leia. So, because I know the Millennium Falcon, we'll get to in a bit, that did come out this year. Gungan Patrol, this is one I would actually like to see remade. I know I've said, I made a whole list of sets I'd like to see remade. I forgot about this one. I don't know if it would have made it, but it's a cute little thing. These things right here, I forgot their names. Those are something I want to see in modern day Lego. This is one that's super classic to me because my cousin had it, and I always like the green coloring, and I like the overall design of the gun, or the flash speeder. The A-Wing, definitely blockier and much different from the ones nowadays, which seem to follow the same kind of molding. Like they had that 2013 design, and they've followed it since then. This is, like I said, a lot blockier, different colors. Just interesting. Cute little set, though. This is a slave one. This is one of the more expensive ones from this early wave. I love the Boba Fett minifigure, and this was only $20. Nowadays, was the slave one that released this year was what, $120, $130? So it's just crazy the difference. We have the AAT. Never really liked the AAT's designs, and I don't like the stickers on here. I think the stickers on here are pretty bad. They have this extra like shading to them to make them look more deep, but it just doesn't work. And this is a Star Wars bucket. I don't know. Is this the one? Oh, I guess it is the one I own. It says I own it. I do own this one. I got it very cheap on eBay. It was in some haul way back, but looking forward to constructing that one. Got to figure it out a bit though. The B-Wing. Yeah, I do have this one. I remember I reviewed this, what, 2017? And I like the control section. The B-Wing itself is a little bit too flimsy from my remembrance. TIE Interceptor. So this was the first UCS, huh? Well, there you go. Don't have too much to say there. I'm actually kind of curious the price, though. Let's see the price. $100. So there you go. $100 for a UCS set. Let me take a little swig of water. There you go, little swig. MTT, this is a classic set to a lot of people. I remember seeing this in the catalogs and being like, oh my gosh, that's so many minifigures. And there you go, the Millennium Falcon. So this was the first one with, if you count this small skiff, the first set with Han and Leia also. Oh, another UCS. We had the X-Wing, UCS X-Wing. So let's see how much this was. $150. Okay, there you go. The Pit Droid, very strange choice. They had these Lego Technic Star Wars sets, and that was probably the most obscure of them. Battle Droid's cool, and Destroyer Droid. Weren't those called? Okay, well, I'm not even going to get it mixed up because all the Star Wars fans are going to jump down my throat and be like, it's actually this. Anyways, this is my first Lego Star Wars set, I think. Yeah, I think that's what the first one I ever got. So it means a lot to me, and I actually think I have two of them. There was a point where I would just get two of like some of the sets. Like I would get, I never got big Lego sets at around this time. I would get small sets, and sometimes I'd get two of the same set. So I think I got two of that one. This one I never got. Ooh, apparently I have this. Oh no, I don't have it. Okay, good. Yeah, and then I've been trying to scout eBay for that because it does look familiar. I like getting the cheap small sets. I gotta do some old set reviews. It's been quite a bit. This one I'm actually amazed I don't have. I think oh yeah, I have the 2004 one. Interesting. And I don't have this one either. This is another one. Do I have an Imperial Shuttle? No, I have I'm thinking of Skyhopper. I have the Skyhopper. Watto's Junkyard. This is one of the more rare sets, actually. This goes for a lot. I think it was a retail exclusive, or I'm quite curious, actually. Huh. See, it goes on Bricklink for $222 sealed. Let's see, C3PO, Technic. Yeah, I don't know if the scale really worked. When you look at that, I mean, I guess you could say, oh yeah, that's C3PO, but this doesn't really look like a stormtrooper. Oh, you got Maul's bust. That's classic. The Tantive, pretty cool. The mini TIE fighter. So this is like the first of the first polybag for them. So even from the start, they were miniature builds for the polybags. This is skipping ahead a bit. I did have this one growing up. I think I might have had two of them. I remember Sand Blue. That was like a really interesting color. I think that was my first instance of Sand Blue. I had this one too. This one goes for a lot because of those Tusken Raiders. I might have even had two of this set. I didn't have this one. I do want to get that one. I think I got that on eBay, and then like the seller canceled my thing. So I was like, oh great. This is one I want. I don't know why I didn't put both of these on one, but this set we just recently covered. But it's just such a unique set. I wish they made another one of it. This one I own. There's, wow, an X-Wing. That makes sense. 3 years. They usually take 3 years to remake something. And then you got a Jedi Starfighter. So that's some of the episode 2 stuff, because 2002 was episode 2. Look at this though. They re-released this set almost verbatim because that's the 2000 or sorry, the 1999 one. Ooh, Jango Fett slave one. That's a build we don't usually see. We see a lot of Boba Fett slave one. Again, this is episode 2, so it kind of makes sense. And that's a much more substantial build. I kind of want to see the price difference on that and the $20 one from 2000. $50. So there you go. They put a little bit more detailing into that. Republic gunship, not for me. Yoda, we just got our most recent wave, got the buildable Yoda. This one's definitely more blockier, so maybe the new one's good. This one was one I got like 2 of growing up, the Final Duel. And then this one I think I got 2 of as well, the Final Duel Part 2. So these two actually connect. Those are so freaking, nostalgic to me. Man, just like waves of memories. We got Jedi Defense 1. I don't think I got this one. I don't think I got this one either, but I eventually did. Oh, I never got Jedi Defense 1. Interesting. But I eventually did end up getting this one at least. So that was cool because those were like 2 little miniature sets. I think they were about, what, $5 each? And you could connect them to each other. Let me see. Oh, $7. Oh, there you go. A little bit more than expected. R2-D2 Technic build. They stopped branding it as Technic. Darth Vader. Jango Fett. Super Battle Droid. I don't know. The cool one here is Darth Vader, I think. Actually, Jango Fett doesn't look too bad. This was interesting because this was a UCS Naboo. I think it was, what, $50? Oh, $40. But what was so interesting is this Naboo starfighter had chromed pieces, and those pieces are so hard to find, like in good condition. And look at that, UCS ISD. I turned to the left a little bit, and I see the one I'm still working on, guys. I don't know when that's coming out. And a collector set, basically a 2-pack of those 2 technical ones. But what's interesting is that, oh, I don't know. It looks a little more shiny, this C-3PO. This one doesn't even have a picture. But apparently there was a collector set for that, too. This one has a cargo case. I have this one. Oh, this is 2003. That was the last set of 2002. But 2003, more small sets. These were like little add-ons to Jabba's Palace because they had a Jabba's Palace for this first time. And these are 2 very, like, these go cheap on eBay, probably like $40 max sealed. Originally like around $7. And these have some fantastic pieces. So I highly recommend getting these 2. Look, cheap way to get the old Boba Fett. Skyhopper, very I guess, non-important vehicle in the movies. Wasn't it just a toy that Luke had? I don't even think they had an actual size of it. But we've already gotten like 2 versions of it, so whatever, I'll take it. Let's see, some more Episode 2 stuff. We got the TIE Bomber. See, this was Jabba's Palace, so you put that, and you put that, and you can have a little Jabba's Palace scene, so that was pretty cool. This was the first Jabba figure ever released, and first Slave Leia. I want this set so badly, but it goes for a lot on eBay. I don't have a Jabba's Palace to this day. Hellfire Droid. All this stuff is like gross to me. Don't care about ATTE. I thought we literally just got an ATTE, but no, it was a Republic gunship or whatever. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay, 2003. Oh, so this was some of the original, or I guess this was just a standalone, huh? So they had an AT-AT. Big set. Looks like maybe a D2C if I had to be honest. And it was $100. So there you go. Makes sense. And then we had a whole bunch of miniature scale things. So X-Wing and TIE Advance. So a whole bunch of Anakins. AT-ST. I like the printings some of these had. Like this one has printings. This one has printings. This one does not have prints. This has a print. So they had interesting prints, but other than that, miniature scale isn't really for me. This, though, man, I've always wanted this one. And I still want the new one, but the new one, I wish it was a slice instead of a whole circle. It's so hard to display the new one. But, yeah, this is one of the most rare sets. I wonder if the price dropped, though, because of the new one that just got released. Or I guess at this point, it's a year old. Holy crap, that feels like it was, like, yesterday. But the Rebel Snow Speeder, it says a UCS, whatever. Mini pack, more miniatures. These are 2004, but what a bland way to start 2004. Okay, that's kind of a cool print. Okay, so there you go. This is one, I remember getting this at Toys R Us, and I don't think I ever built it, but I used a lot of the pieces. One of my characters in like a little RPG I used to play, he looked like this guy, but younger. It was Pepperoni's face, so I used this for like the evil old version of him or whatever. Well, there's like 2 old versions of him, so this is just some interesting lore. So there was this one, which was I think the evil one, and then there was the one that was used in studios of that guy who has the orange hair with the scrubble face. I think that was the good one, but saying that out loud is kind of funny. We also have Mos Eisley Cantina, which this one has that really hard to find Greedo with the printing on his sleeves, or the sleeve printing. Very cool set. Always love Mos Eisley. This X-Wing was very interesting because to change it up, yeah, it's an X-Wing, but now they have that Dagobah backdrop, so you get Yoda's hut in this set. And that was the only time we had Yoda's hut for a very long time until, was it this year at this point? No, it was, I think, 2018. Oh, whatever. You get the point. Time flies. This Millennium Falcon was kind of the same idea. These were both Episode 5 themed, you know, Empire. And this was based off the Hoth design, so it kind of had a Hoth setting to it. I think they even had a Minoc, if I'm not mistaken. And we got more miniature little poly bags, whatever. And the re-release of this set, which didn't we get a re-release of that already? I don't even know. Maybe it's just like a different box version of it. I don't know. This is actually kind of interesting. Now I'm curious. This was the TIE Fighter collection, though. This was interesting, of these 4 different TIEs. I wonder how much money it was. Let's see. That's not bad. $70. Huh. Let me see. Yeah, look. 2002 we got the set, and then we got the set 99, and then they just re-released it in 2004 with a different box. But this time it seems like there's no Darth Vader. Or maybe there is, but it's just not shown on the box. And Y-Wing, individual Y-Wing. Lots of Y-Wings. Oh my gosh, so many Y-Wings. Let me see. Yeah, Y-Wing, and then 2004 also had a Y-Wing. So I kind of wonder, oh, this was a UCS Y-Wing. Oh, I'm so foolish. What else we got? 2005. So you could see this border change is for Revenge of the Sith. I remember all the Revenge of the Sith toys had that border. Got some miniatures. This set never released, actually. This is a cute little set. I got this. I do like Revenge of the Sith, I guess, is the best of the prequels, and I do like the builds of those a little bit more. Maybe because I have fonder memories of Revenge of the Sith. Like, episode 1 and 2 were so boring to me, but Revenge of the Sith, I remember I got pulled out of school early to go see it. I will not say anymore, or else it'll reveal my age. Older than you think. Darth Vader transformation, though. Beautiful set. This was so creative and fun. Loved getting that one. Never got this one. I gotta add some of these. I'm interested in getting that. I'm interested in getting the General Grievous chase, because this thing is like a pretty awesome build. This was super classic to me. This one, I mean, it wasn't very good, but it was creative. So basically, you would have a little lightsaber duel by pulling each end. They were using a similar system to, I think, their hockey stuff. But they were light up minifigures, so you press down on their head and their lightsabers light up. So it was fun to play around with. Meh. This set I hate because it's the only set that has 1x2 hinges. So it's a 1x2 hinge to a 1x2. So you do it for like corners. And those are so expensive because they only came in this one set. So I have a vendetta against that set. Big Clone Turbo Tank, though, I think one of them, a variant of this, has a light up Mace Windu. This one I own. This has a light up Darth Vader. I don't think this has any light ups. This one's pretty cool of a set. Like, even though it has some, I think they're existing sets that were they just put them in one set. But it's cool because you buy it, it's an Ultimate Space Battle. This was the first UCS Death Star, the Death Star 2, which to this day I wish they made like a Death Star 2 like this. And Sandcrawler, UCS Sandcrawler, we got another one of those in 2014, and then we just got a recently released regular Sandcrawler, but that one is apparently too small, and I kind of understand the UCS Sandcrawler. I kind of regret not picking up. This is the collector's set. It comes with a pouch or whatever, some unpictured things. I don't even know if we're halfway there. Like, look at this. Oh, 150. Okay, cool. So we are not even halfway there. We are not even 1/4 there. Yeah, we're not even 1/4 there. Maybe I bit off more than I could chew, but let's see. 6205. Okay. Because I'm going to display 200 per round, so 6205 around here. Yep, okay. This set I own. It's a cute little set. So we're on to 2006. You can see that the no more of that red, but you do got a little bit of red at the background here, but it's more of a black. So it's like a mix of the 2004 black box or 2003 black box and then the 2005 box for Revenge of the Sith. TIE Interceptor, meh. A-Wing, this is actually more like the modern one. The B-Wing, definitely better than the other one. The first one, more stable from my understanding. Slave 1, miles better than that first one. And now we're going more like the modern design from Lego. You can see it's probably like over 50 bucks. First Jabba sail barge, and I think one of two, because we did get one in 2013. I regret not picking that one up too. But this is a really cool set. I do like that it comes with the skiff and it comes with the barge. And of course that was one of two sets at the time where you could get Jabba. And I guess Slave Leia by that extent. This was a Star Destroyer. So just, I think this was the first non-UCS Star Destroyer, right? Am I wrong? The design of this is pretty solid, cheap, works. X-Wing, just another X-Wing, even though we did get one in 2004 and didn't we get one in, 2002? So they release these very frequently. They've stopped that kind of recently, but yeah. This one is a non-light-up version, so this was released in 2006. It has the same set number as the light-up version, though. This is just, I think it's a UCS. Yeah, UCS ATST. That's something we haven't seen in a while. Lego is obsessed with ATSTs, but we haven't seen the UCS one. Maybe we'll see that in a few years. And this is UCS TIE Advanced. So more bonus value packs about pictures. This was interesting because it came with the X-Wing, and then it came with a Luke sculpture. So that's pretty interesting. Battle packs. First battle packs ever. So 2007. So at 2007... Clone Troopers battle pack, and we had the Droids battle pack. I mean, this was more focused than the battle packs nowadays. See how many characters come in this? It's 3, super battle droids and then 3 battle droids, or 4 battle droids. Holy crud! And this one just comes with 4 Clone Troopers, and it's nowadays they'll throw in like a named character and then like 3, maybe 1 like crappy non-Clone Trooper or whatever. So definitely more focused, I think, would be the best way to put it. First General Grievous is Starfighter. ATST, so there you go, lots of ATSTs, even at this era where we had a UCS one and then we have a ATST that's just kind of like, what, $20-$30. Y-Wing, I didn't notice how many Y-Wings and X-Wings there were in these first few years. Imperial Landing Craft, which we don't get too much of that. Naboo N1 Starfighter with Vulture Droids, so that's kind of cool, 2 builds in one. This was one we don't see too often, the Hyperdrive Booster Ring. I think we got one more of this. I remember my cousin had that set. A very cumbersome set. And another MTT, and what is that, our second one? So really cool seeing all these battle droids. Since this was, 2 years since Revenge of the Sith, they were just doing random stuff at this point. They're just like, okay, some prequels, some sequels. Well, not sequels, some prequels, some original trilogy, just whatever. This is a Sith Infiltrator I have. I'm going to build that sometime. This is the only TIE crawler we got. This is an expanded universe thing, so kind of interesting. Look, they didn't even, sometimes they just did random stuff. That's awesome. Republic Cruiser. This is something we do not see often. Is this like, I think this might be one of a kind. Or maybe there was one in 2011. I don't remember. Rebel Base, so that's actually our first off Rebel Base. Huh. Oh, this is a motorized AT-AT. Which, yeah, people always say, why do you say AT-AT? Apparently you're supposed to say AT-AT. It's not AT-AT. But, yeah, pretty interesting design with a mobilized structure, And this is the mythical UCS Millennium Falcon, the first one. Before it was brought back in 2017, this went for a hefty, what is it, like probably like $5,000 or whatever. Very expensive. There's that statue, which is not loading. And this is a gold chrome plated C-3PO. So what they would do is slip this into the sets to celebrate 30 years of Star Wars. So you might get it in a random set. This is the 2008 Battle Pack, which is super iconic. Like, this is a lot of people's favorites, and even to the point where they remade this year, if you guys remember. And I still need to get that remake. This is the Rebel Scout Speeder. Of course, my directional keys aren't working now. Another very classic set, though. Man, I wish we got like 4 Rebel Troopers in a battle pack nowadays. Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. So this is kind of interesting because there's 2 versions of this. This released in January, and it's based off the Clone Wars. Clone Wars released in fall 2008. So this was a preview set, funny enough. So they had a version that had like this red box. Then they later released a version with this white box. And 2008 marks the release of the Clone Wars. So we're going to see just a Clone Wars whole flood of sets. So this is apparently a Clone Wars set. You can see it has the Clone Wars packaging. I think this also released in January. This is more episode 3 stuff. So that might be nostalgic to people, not nostalgic to me. This is interesting because it's the Force Unleashed. They actually had one set on the Force Unleashed. And by gosh, the figures in here are some of my favorites. Well, specifically one figure. I wanted this set just for the figures because I don't like the Rogue Shadow build, but check this out. Battle damage, Darth Vader. This goes for a lot of money, and it's an awesome minifigure. This is an incredible minifigure. You also have Darth Vader's apprentice and Juno Eclipse, which I know that face is pretty hard to find face from my understanding. So that was the only set I think they made off of the Force Unleashed. So it's cool that they put all these random things here. So you got the Clone Wars, Magna Guard Starfighter, and the V19 turret. The Magna Guards I always like the build of, the figure. And the ATTE Walker, which had Rhoda the Hutt and Ahsoka. So those were some of the first appearances. Again, more Clone Wars stuff. The Republic Attack Gunship. So this was a classic one. I always wanted the Obi-Wan minifigures because that hairpiece was exclusive to Obi-Wan. And they made a similar hairpiece in 2012, which is the one they use a lot to this day. So if you think you're familiar with that hairpiece, you might not be. Unless you got the Clone Wars sets. I did want to say with this, very interesting that this has a HD picture. So I would guess that this had a very long life cycle on Lego Shop at Home. And we could confirm that by looking to the right. And let's see. Yep, there you go. It was on shelves from July 2008 to June 2010. Usually sets get a 1-year life cycle. That got almost 2 years. That's pretty good. That's why there's an HD picture. Something like the Droid Gunship. Let's see how long that got. And didn't we get I think we got one of these this year, right? This was only, you see, this had a life cycle that wasn't even 1 full year. So it's interesting that the ATTE Walker lasted that long, but I guess it was kind of the flagship set for the Clone Wars. Same with this Republic Fighter tank. You could see it has an HD picture, so I guess it retired around the same time. And the Twilight. This was, out of all the sets for the Clone Wars, this was the only one that interested me. I didn't end up getting it. I know I also wanted Anakin a lot because that hairpiece was exclusive. And the design of this is just such an interesting design. It's almost like a chicken or something. I don't know. It always reminded me of a chicken. And you can see this one was from November of 2009. So that's a little bit under the ATTE, but still more than a year. But yeah, look, for some reason that just looked like a chicken to me. So that's what it reminded me of, the Twilight. Separatist, Spider Droid, whatever. Not for me. I really don't like Spider Droids, and you'll see that later on. More just re-release miniature builds. This set I think never released. There's a V19 miniature. This was interesting. It was a UCS General Grievous statue. Not really a Technic build, but just an interesting idea that they didn't do too much of since. I remember that was on shelves for a while. I don't think it sold well. This, however, did. This was on shelves for a very long time. I mean, we could check the release window right here. It was out for a total of almost 8 years. Wow, yeah, almost 8 years. That's crazy. But was retired in 2015. This was a Brickmaster set, so that came with the magazine. And this is interesting. This was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. 2009, so more excusable for HD pictures, because I think around 2009, 2010 they started adding HD pictures to all of their Lego sets on Shop at Home. And this set, I might not be able to tell, but it's a 10th anniversary of Lego Star Wars set. I don't know if I reviewed this set yet, but this is a set I've had built for a while and I haven't finished the review of, so hopefully one day I will. This had Ahsoka, Starfighter, and Vulture Droid, so that was a cheap way to get Ahsoka. Count Dooku Sailor. It's not Saber. The reason I wanted this set, this was a Toys R Us exclusive, but one reason. This right here. This was the first time we got the Widow's Peak hair, and it was available only in this set with Count Dooku. So I always wanted it just for that figure, because even back then I loved new Lego hair pieces, and there wasn't that many. Pirate Tank. This was a Target exclusive, and it was another set I wanted because it was cheap, and I loved the minifigures here. So I was like, oh, this would be the way I get Obi-Wan. But eventually, I never ended up getting it. I got Cad Bane's Speeder. Never mind. I was going to say I got it recently on eBay, but I didn't. I remember my cousin had this. I love this set. This was another 10th anniversary set. And it was a fan's choice, so fans voted to make this set out of every set. Yeah, beautiful set. Love that black A-wing right there, so cool stuff. This was interesting, and did I just do boo-boo? Okay, whatever. This was interesting because this is mid-scale. Yeah, they made mid-scale sets, so they're not like UCS scale, but they're not like regular minifigure scale. So it was $40, and I think it was like Walmart exclusive. They only ever did 2 of them, and they sold very bad. So 2009, here's another battle pack. And another battle pack, I remember I was woed at the shininess of these figures. Ugh, I hate, like, droid bomb. Ugh, like these types of builds, when they have almost that half saucer build, a lot of the battle droid stuff I despise. It just looks so ugly to me. I know I just skipped the line, but Anakin's Y-wing. So this is Clone Wars. You can see Ahsoka's there. Darth Vader's tie. So this was another 2009 10th anniversary set. And I think the gimmick with these was that they slipped in a chrome Darth Vader into the set. So if you bought one of those 4 or 5-ish sets, you might be able to get a chrome Darth Vader. So this was a cool little build, and this is an AAT. Again, don't like that type of droid design. Republic Attack Shuttle. Ugh, these look so boring to me. And nobody ever talks about it anymore, but the Clone Wars, another reason I avoided the Clone Wars sets was that I liked the hair pieces and stuff, but I did not like that cartoony face print. They just looked so bad, so that was something. Sorry, Clone Wars fans, or it's just my opinion. So this is General Grievous Starfighter, miniature, whatever. Separate Shuttle, wanted Newt Gunray, and I love that headpiece too, but this didn't really care about the build for. This was another 10th anniversary set. Awesome set. I want another Endor-based set. It's been a while, but really cool if you like the original trilogy stuff like I do. Always wanted this figure, but that was about it. This was a UCS, or direct-to-consumer, Lego Clone Wars set, which was kind of interesting. I didn't expect them to do it, but $250. This is really interesting too. Holy crud, I like that. Look at that. That's like a really cool artwork. Huh. It's all Lego-fied too. That's just beautiful artwork. And Tantive. I think this was also UCS or direct-to-consumer or something, but it was a 10th anniversary set, and really cool set, but we just got one recently, so it's all good. Oh, I could use these directional keys again. So these are just Brickmaster little miniature poly bags. So basically you would buy the magazine, and the magazine would come with the Lego set. Brickmaster. These are cool though. Actual poly bags with minifigures. You got a little batch here. Clone Walker. Very good for army building. This one, you know, Stormtrooper. I do have this, but I don't think I have this version. They re-released it under like later packaging. This came with 3 sets of 2008 and 2009. And there's that Chrome Vader that might be in the anniversary sets. Comic-Con stuff. Comic-Con. 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 And that's it. So now we got to move on to 2010. Actually, it's probably best to do it this way. I do own this. I eventually got it because I needed I needed it. What, this guy's face for Ralph the Movie Maker? It only came in that set, so I'm like, I guess I'll buy it. Yeah, it's cool for army building, you know. Hoth. Snow Trooper stuff, more army building for Hoth. Fresco Speeder. This is a set. It was like $15. I actually like this set. Like, I like the build of it, and I like this figure here. And I'm probably gonna add that to my want list. Heck, I might buy it after the show. I'm now doing this. I'm craving some old sets, and I do have some old sets over there, so I might probably build some. Tri-Fighter, cool stuff. I do like this build. I usually don't like these battle droids, but I like this particular build. So there you go. Gotta compliment that. TIE Defender, another Legends or Expanded Universe thing. Not really for me, though. I don't like this. Kit Fitzo, I remember my cousin. I think my cousin had this set, and right there, that figure. Is there Kit Fitzo? I don't know. Either way, he would wear out. Like, the printing on there, it's on this weird rubber, almost like, I think like a eraser, and it would get very faded. So, yeah, it was just kind of gross to me, and that's probably why I don't like the set. This is a great set, though, our first Hoth Wampa, and I just did a review of that fairly recently. Republic Swamp Speeder. This was a cute little set. I actually do like this one. And Luke's Land Speeder. This was a Walmart exclusive, I think. Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter. Plo Koon is an interesting headpiece, but again, it's that rubbery material. This is General Grievous' Starfighter. Well, I like the General Grievous figure. Emperor Palpatine Shuttle. Love the battle damage Vader in this set too. Slave 1, probably the best Slave 1 up to date for this era, which is interesting. Oh yeah, well no, I guess that is the one they've been selling. That's interesting, because, yeah, there wasn't one before. That means I was at the Lego store, what, or Barnes & Noble's in 2013, 2014, maybe even 2015, and they had this set still on sale, so that lasted on shelves for a while. Clone Turbo Tank, this one's very popular. You got Cad Bane in there. There you go, mid-scale ISD. Again, those were the only two they ever released. This one I do have, so I got to review that sometime. I don't know anything about the characters or the set. I just know that that figure kicks butt. And ATTE, not motorized, but still pretty cool. Imperial Shuttle, pretty cool. These are like, we're getting to the level that Lego is today. Like, they look very modern. This was a UCS Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter. I remember, if it was, I thought this came out more recently. Maybe they did another one fairly recently, but one UCS Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter was on sale for a while. Imperial Shuttle. Yep, whatever. 3-in-1, 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 3-in-1. Oh, this one's cool. Chrome Stormtrooper. I think I have. I don't know. I don't know if I have that one actually. White Boba Fett. So this is cool. It's like a prototype Boba Fett. And this is like a more collector's version. And that's it for 2010. Let's see. 2011. Okay. Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter. Not for me. Clone Wars stuff. Not for me. Clone Wars stuff. This is another Naboo Starfighter. Hoth Echo Base. This is interesting. I do like this set. Don't have too much to say about it, but I like it. I like the back to tank and everything. So the Clone Troopers Battle Pack is, this was one that stayed on shelves for a while. I remember the blue box and everything. I like the orange on these Clone Troopers. Mandalorian, this was a very popular one, I remember. This was the expanded universe set, actually, like 15, 20 bucks. Battle of Naboo, I do like this set. It's funny because these seem so recent, but no, 2011. Time really does fly. I do like this set, actually. For being a Clone Wars set, I like the coloring on it, and I like the figures. I don't like this one that much. This guy has a pretty cool forehead, though. This is Ewok Attack, so some, what is it called, Jedi sets. Like the Ewok figures, you know, pretty cool. Sith Night Speeder, I did like this set. This was another Clone Wars set I liked because I liked the figures and it was fairly cheap. First Advent Calendar. I remember this one went on sale for a while because it was priced at 50 bucks. Now they settled on 40 bucks. But Santa Yoda was pretty cool. Geonosian Speeder, or Starfighter, I like the figures. Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator, I like the figures. Never really liked the Sith Infiltrator. This one I remember seeing half off. I didn't even buy it then. Again, just really like the figures. Not really into the pod racing stuff too much. Republic Frigate, always wanted that hairpiece in black. Oh, Millennium Falcon. This was a very iconic one, a very popular one. Yeah, it's basically the quintessential original trilogy Millennium Falcon at this point. I'm not going to recommend that $800 one because not everybody could afford that, but that is still a good set, so don't get me wrong. But like, they haven't done an original trilogy Millennium Falcon since, haven't they? So that kind of sucks. Super Star Destroyer. This is a big one. Slave 1, miniature. I can't believe Brickmaster was still going on at this point. All these miniature ones are boring. Yep, it's like miniatures and the 3-in-1s. Oh, we got the exclusives. Shadow ARF Trooper is pretty darn cool. Like that black on him. Advent Calendar. A San Diego Comic-Con Advent Calendar exclusive. That's kind of interesting. It's just the packaging that's exclusive, though. Another one. And that's it. So now on to 2012. Let's see what we got. All right, so first off is the Elite Clone Trooper and Commando Battle Pack. Those are pretty cool. I like the droids on there. They have interesting face printing. And, oh yeah, actually, this was the start of the Just Too Good channel. I found these battle packs and some other sets of 2012 at Toys R Us early, and that was my first video. So these actually do kind of mean something to me. And I did want this one with the Indiana Jones face guy, and I like their outfit, all from Return of the Jedi. The droid escape. I did want. Oh, these are nostalgic to me because yeah, this was around the time I started the channel. I did want this one because droid escape is nostalgic to me, and I like the stormtroopers with the scuffing on them. Geonosian cannon, whatever. Oh, TIE Fighter. You see, this is like the last time they did the original trilogy version of everything. I mean, okay, of the TIE Fighter and the Millennium Falcon and stuff. Because like the last one was what, Solo, which is close. Same with the Millennium Falcon. There was a Solo one. Now there's like a one for the new movie. But cool. X-Wing. I was going to say because we did get an X-Wing last year in the summer. So we got that. Anakin's Jedi Interceptor. Cool little set that had a bit of that scene, so I guess that was kind of cool. They had a little bit of the battle, but yeah, a little bit of Mustafar. Gold Leader's Y-Wing, pretty cool figure. Desert Skiff. This one was the first Lego Star Wars set I got in so long. I got this for Christmas of that year, and it was because I liked the figures. It wasn't really attached to the scene, even though it is from Episode 6. But yeah, so that was the first modern Star Wars set I got, because I used to actually hate on Lego Star Wars and be like, okay, some of the figures are cool, but it takes up too much shelf space or whatever, which I don't even think is an argument because it sells really well, so obviously it's going to take up a lot of shelf space. Helps Lego keep afloat. And then these, I really wanted these, the Old Republic sets, because like these figures were pretty darn interesting, and this coloring was pretty cool, but I didn't end up getting many of them. This was a cool little set for the figures. Look at that. Really wish I would have got this set. I didn't have all the money in the world like I have now. I'm not saying I'm rich, but like now I could buy a set and justify it because I could cover on my channel. But back then I couldn't just buy every set I saw that I liked because I didn't have that income with the reviews. So I couldn't get a set like this. It was more expensive, but man, did I want this set. I still want it to this day, and it goes for a lot secondhand. I love that Princess Amidala figure, like so good. And also, like I said earlier, I love the Gungan sub. So yeah, it's a shame. This is another Old Republic set. This guy, is it Darth Malgus? Is that it? Am I right in saying that? Whatever that figure is called, it's an awesome figure. Advent calendar. Didn't get this one yet. I like Santa Maul. The Malevolence. This was a really popular set. I like this person's hairpiece. That's Padme, right? If that's Padme, oh my gosh. I just hate that art style. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just being honest. I know it's a good show. Maybe one day. That is Padme, right? Oh, no. Okay, well, there you go. Raw reactions. And this one, yes. You guys already know. You guys know what I'm going to say. But, yeah, I wish I would have got that. One day. Whatever. I like the figures here. This one I wish I would have got too. I was gonna get it too at one point, but I skipped out on it. But it's one of my favorite scenes from the prequels, but like also it's a playset that's really fun, and the figures are really cool. Oh, and the Planet series. I almost forgot about these little dudes. So these were like almost ornaments, but totally forgot about them. It's just interesting because this globe piece was like, some of them were specialized. Like they have one for the Death Star there. But yeah, pretty cool idea that I think only got 2 years because they were so expensive. They were like 15 to 20 bucks. Anyways, UCS R2D2. There was a time I saw this on clearance at Walmart and I skipped out on it too. Dang it, so close. B-Wing. It's a B-Wing, but a UCS B-Wing. You know, I think this one, I did do a video on this one. Yeah, I think I did do a video on this one. Small, whatever. Oh, look at that. Actually came with Battle Droid. Whatever. 3-in-1. And in this figure I do have really cool shirtless Maul. Just too shirtless. Mini Slave one. Oh, I remember I did videos on these. Oh my gosh, I actually remember doing that. Yeah, these are just Comic-Con exclusive. New York Comic-Con, which as I'm filming this, New York Comic-Con is going on. No exclusives from there that I know of. Alright, so we're getting there. We're a few years away from now. Ewok Village, totally regret not getting so many D2Cs. Like I said, I didn't have the money to buy them back then, and I wish I did because this set is awesome, and I still stand by it to this day. Red 5 X-Wing, UCS X-Wing. It's good. It's good. Not really for me, but it's good. Battle for the Stolen. Oh, I guess that was like a book. Whatever. I actually do. They threw this in as a promo at Toys R Us once, so I do own this, but I never built it. Okay, 3-in-1s. So we're starting out with oh, because this is when 2013 is when Lego set up a new numbering system for all of their sets, so that's why. Battle pack. Didn't like this one, but I wish I would have got this one. Heck. Okay, I'm going to add that to my wanted, and I'm going to probably buy that after this video ends, so that's good. ATRT. Whatever. Cartoony Yoda. That Yoda annoyed the heck out of me because they use that a lot of times outside of the Clone Wars setting and it just doesn't fit. A-Wing. I do own this. This set, to this day, I use it as a stand for my videos. So like the tripod, I'll put it there. I don't know why, but just this set. I haven't used it actually in like maybe the past few months, so it might be retired, so I could finally open it. But yeah, just kind of nostalgic to me in that sense. This guy right here, I love that figure. I wish I would have got him. Rancor, I do own this set. I own this set and not Jabba's Palace because the way I saw it, I was like, okay, I am going to get Jabba's Palace soon, and I saw this for like half off at Target, so I was like, might as well get it. That figure for the Rancor is one of the best big figs. It's just so cool. But the set as a standalone kind of sucks. Like, you need Jabba's Palace. Okay, more planet stuff. Look at that. The detailing on the planets is like incredible. Holy crap. This one's funny because it's just an asteroid field. Like, they ran out of planets to do. They're like, crap. So let's just do an asteroid field. Snowspeeder and Hoth. B-Wing, Planet Endor, and Alderaan. Oh my gosh. Bark Speeder with Sidecar. I think this is like a Target exclusive. This might be retail. Yeah, because this, I guess this was a retail exclusive too, because this right here was a Toys R Us exclusive. I remember when that got revealed. Corporate Alliance Tank Droid. Homing Spider Droid. I did get this set. Unfortunately, I did indeed get this set. I'll admit it, okay? It's because of the figure. That figure I hate Spider Droids so much. I hate Spider Droids with my whole passion. This one, oh, crud. I wish I would have got this set. I want this set. It's a cool play set. Dang it. This was actually Lego's original thing. That it just says original concept, but it was the Yoda Chronicles. It was like a little mini series Lego made, and the figures were pretty cool. I like the black color scheme here too. Nice set. Oh, I got this set too. I don't like the ATTE. I got it from Mace Windu and it was like 70% off, so might as well. This dude is also a hilarious figure. I don't know where they're at now though. Probably in my big minifigure bucket. Why did I get the ATTE and not Jabba's Sail Barge or Jabba's Palace? I wish I would have got this set. That Slave Leia minifigure is absolutely incredible. Hairpiece never got released again. And this is such an iconic build. I'm kicking myself for not getting it. And Max Rebo. Max freaking Rebo. Dang it. Okay, whatever. Did I get this recently? No, I'm thinking of the new A-Wing. Yeah, this one I always wanted to get though. I like the Darth Maul in this set, and I like the Mandalorians. The Advent calendar here I didn't get. Jango Fett was Santa. And this was the last Clone... Or no. There's one more Clone Wars set coming up. But this one was, I think, a Toys... No, it was a Walmart exclusive. Had Cad Bane and everything. This was a Toys R Us exclusive, and I did get this. So I don't have regret. Haven't built it, though. Haven't built it. I will get to it, though. Oh, I think I have too many of this guy. They gave this out like free candy. I do have one of him, I think. This was a Comic-Con exclusive. Of course, celebrating the Yoda Chronicles. Whatever. And, oh, this is a cute little one. The New York, I love. Oh, I love that. That's cute. That's cute. That is a rare torso. I wonder if these are prints or stickers. I think they are stickers, though. I have this. I got that at Toys R Us or whatever. And there you go. Let's see how much that guy goes for. Okay, he goes for a total of $2,800. So there you go. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh, and this is probably super, super hard to get. They even got it from Idle Hands. There you go. So that was 2013. We're getting there. 2014. So we covered some good ground here. We covered ground. I like the border here. So the 2013 border was Yoda. The 2014 was Vader grabbing crap. Mini. Value pack. 3-in-1. I just want to do it so nobody's in the comments like, well, actually, you forgot this one set right here. No, I got it. Clone Turbo Tank. So this was the dawn of the microfighter. So planet sets died. Let me take a swig. And they ended up releasing microfighters. So one minifigure, $10 set, little miniature scale of a build. Ugh, that was like the ugly Han Solo. Look at how many detailing it has on his face. Too detailed. I do own that one, though. I think I had all the original trilogy ones for this wave. There you go. So I have those 4. I got that set. I reviewed it pretty recently, like a year ago. I always liked the camo printing on these, and this was when they changed up some of these classic helmets. So I remember that ticking off a lot of people. I don't really care about this, but I do like these guys' helmets. I always liked how their overall piece molding. And this was weird. It was like a $15 battle pack or something. The battle on Salukami or something. Jedi Interceptor, pretty standard. So they did a lot of episode 3 stuffs in this wave. So basically, last wave was episode 2, and then they had episode 1 in 2012, I think 2012, 2011. And this was episode 3, because what they were doing was they were following the re-release. So basically in 2012, Lego did, or Lucasfilm re-released episode 1 back in theaters in 3D. So the plan was 2012 episode 1, 2013 episode 2, and 2014 episode 3. So there's a big marketing push in 2012 for episode 1 sets. You'll see in 2013 Lego released some episode 2 sets, and in 2014 episode 3, but Lucasfilm never released the 3D versions of episode 2 and 3, and that's because Disney bought out Star Wars at the time. And this was actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was it this the first time that they said Disney on the packaging? All right, it might not have been now, but it's coming up soon. So yeah, so that's kind of why these are very heavily episode 3 themed. So yeah, more episode 3 right here. Episode 3. Episode 3. I remember the preliminaries of some of these, like this guy right here. I really don't have too much to say. This was the last of the Clone Wars sets for a while, and the last ones to have that goofy face style. It was actually a Toys R Us exclusive. And then we got Rebels. So you can see Rebels has a similar animation style, but they just did regular minifigure faces. So this was a small set. And then we have, oh, look, a little Snowspeeder. I forgot about that one. Oh yeah, there was kind of a original trilogy slant in the summer. So we got like a B-Wing, Snowspeeder. Well, this is just something from the Yoda Chronicles. Very interesting figure head right here. And there you go, Mos Eisley. This was summer. Yeah, it was summer. I think I got this on sale actually. And I have to say, in 2014 was when I started buying the Lego Star Wars sets. So like I got the Microfighters, I got some of these small ones, and well, actually I didn't get the Death Star Troopers till later on, but you get the point. And I got this one. This one I got at it was like at Walmart. There was an error in the advertisement for the week, and it said it was $20. So I price matched it for 20, or I didn't price match it, but I said, hey, can you sell it for $20 and let me have it? So that was pretty cool. At original trilogy stuff. So yeah, that was the last original trilogy minifigure scale Imperial Star Destroyer, and then this was the last original trilogy minifigure scale at. So now with the sequel trilogy stuff, since this was a year before the first sequel trilogy movie, they're kind of getting rid of all the original trilogy stuff. This even had like a random episode 1 set. I remember the MTT just showed up in stores. Like it was just at like a Lego store one day, retail exclusive at Toys R Us. And usually in the summer, the retail exclusives at Toys R Us would be random stuff like this. We got the Sandcrawler, which this is a UCS Sandcrawler. Oh, man, I wish I got this one. TC4, love that dark red on him. Darth Revan, fantastic looking figure. Ghost Starship, so this was a Comic-Con exclusive. Another Comic-Con exclusive, or Fan Expo. The hairpiece for him is actually incorrect. It's supposed to be a dark brown. Lego changed this with later versions of the Ghost set, from my understanding. Micro Ghost, I think I got that. Might have gotten that too. Those are like Toys R Us exclusives or something. Okay, let's see what else. So 2015. We got, see, the Rebels packaging was this nice kind of brownish design. I do own that. And we got, you can see the episode 7 packaging, so that was later on in the year. But for the January waves, also another even styling. Okay, so there's a lot to cover. 2015, this is like a turning point in Lego Star Wars. 2015, I remember I revealed this set. Oops, it was kind of a leak. And this was, I think 200. Yeah, I just retired recently. I was about to get it because I love the design of it, but I didn't end up getting it. So Microfighters. Got some episode 3 things, original trilogy stuff. But the battle pack was the Stormtroopers from Rebels. So this was kind of cool because Stormtroopers never came in 4 in a battle pack, like, so that was impressive, but they were the Rebels versions. This was interesting because it was an expanded universe thing. Love getting the Shadow Troopers. I do own that set. I think I got that on release. A little AAT, so some more prequel stuff. Skyhopper, I did get that set. This was awesome for the Inquisitor figure, and this was Rebels. So Rebels had kind of a big push in the January wave. Rebels. Episode 2. Oh yeah, this was this? This might have been a retail exclusive. I do own this set. Interesting, because this was the Clone Lieutenant from that polybag, so it kind of made him not exclusive. This was a retail exclusive too, I think. This was a retail exclusive based off of Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars animated series from 2002, so that was kind of cool to see. And this was one of the few times I kind of stopped doing these, random sets. One of the last years for that. Pretty interesting figures here. Again, more extended universe stuff. And same with this right here, more expanded universe stuff. This was a cheap little Rebel set. I liked it because it was the first set with Sabine Wren, and I love that hairpiece. Flash Beater. So this was the Summer Wave. And there was kind of an episode 1 tilt on the Summer Wave, funny enough. You got a new Abu Starfighter, the Flash Speeder. But then you also got this episode 6 push with the Death Star Final Duel. So a lot of random sets here. But again, prepping for the new movie. So they're like trying to get rid of all this original trilogy stuff, it seemed like. You got some episode 6 with the Imperial Shuttle. The TIE Fighter, which was UCS. The Sith Infiltrator, which again, episode 1, so they're switching between those two. Advent Calendar had Santa C-3PO. Did I do the Advent Calendar for last year? Did I even get to that? Interesting. Now I'm kind of... Because I don't remember covering that. Whatever. The Advent Calendar from last year had Santa Vader, which was the best. And then here it is. So right after this... So this is the sequel trilogy stuff. So the first wave had... and I remember going to Force Friday for this. Rey's Speeder. And the cool thing about that is this helmet, or this mask right here, I think was exclusive to this day, to this one set. Other than that, though, I think the Thug has appeared in other sets. And I always liked Rey's Speeder design. I liked the dark red. So one of my favorite sets of that wave. This is the first set. I got this really early, so that was kind of cool. This was the First Order TIE Fighter, so you got that red on it. Poe's X-Wing. Love that orange and black. First Order Transporter. By far, I think the coolest original vehicle in the first movie. I remember seeing that in the trailer, and I really liked it. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the alone with that one. Only set with Phasma for this wave. And then we had Kylo Ren's shuttle, which was totally off color. It was supposed to be black. Instead, it's a gray, and it ended up kind of hurting the set. But this was interesting because there was a Kylo Ren in the set that doesn't have his his face underneath. Instead, it was just another mask. So that was interesting. And the reason they had that was so that you could put his hood over the mask, and then you have his hooded mask design. Over here, the Millennium Falcon had old Han Solo. I did get this set. This was really fun. We did get the last Millennium Falcon in 2011, so this was a 4-year gap. Oh, this was the biggest Rebels set I think they ever released, and it had some interesting figures. And we also had the buildable figures. So Jango, Commander Cody, and these were construction, kind of like Bionicle. And I never think those faces worked for humans. They have almost like a baby doll face. Darth Vader was the coolest one for sure, and they released one of those with the last construction wave. Grievous, Snowspeeder. These are little magazine promos. So like in Europe, sometimes they sell these magazines. Oh, there's also some figures. I did get this one. This was a pretty easy one to get. I think the only exclusive thing is a palindrome, the little cape thing on his shoulder. This was just a free giveaway to kind of advertise Lego Star Wars Rebels. You got this band right here, little ship. Kylo Ren, they're still getting rid of this thing. To this day, they have like an overstock of him. C-3PO, so this is only C-3PO with the arm, and this one is, I think, the only C-3PO in a sequel trilogy set. And it kind of ticks me off because this is the only C-3PO we ever gotten with side leg printing. And so we'll still get C-3PO, but he won't have side leg printing. So it's like, really? Like, you did a detailing in this one. Why can't you do a detailing in regular sets? I don't even remember this set. This was at Star Wars Celebration. Oh, look at that. One for Fan Expo, too. And you got Dagobah, X-Wing, Mini. Those were store sets. So there you go. All right, 2016. So this is the year Rogue One came out. But the first wave was definitely more towards, wrapping up Episode 7 stuff. which is interesting because I think these came out 2015. I don't know why they're dated 2016. This was the what is it called? May the 4th promo, which was a really lame one, just First Order Stormtroopers with some extra printing. This was the promo for Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, the video game, and kind of interesting. It had some dirt scuffs on the printing. I'd say it's a little bit better than this one because at least it's like a different version of like a popular character. Well, as you can say, the same here. I don't know. What's interesting though is this right here came in a battle pack that year. I think we'll get to that soon. But mini pack, they usually sell these 3-in-1s with the microfighters at Costco in the US. So on Hoth, one of the most controversial sets because people were kind of ticked off that this was more made towards kids than adults, even though it was a UCS set. Rey, this is one of the worst selling construction figures. Like, I would see so many of these on sale. This guy sold pretty well. Poe sold, I think Poe and Finn especially. I think I have Finn. Do I have Finn? Yeah, okay, cool, I have Finn. I think the face just translated horribly. Like, this head I think is pretty bad. But, yeah, this one didn't sell too well. This did sell well. I think this one sold decently. And same with Phasma. I think those translated really well. Like, especially, like, Kylo Ren looks a little bit too buff on the body, I think. But Phasma, I think, is, like, one of the best. And I love the detailing on the helmet. Very high detailed, like, faces. Whether you like them or not. Like, the helmets especially, very detailed. So you can see some Rogue One stuff here. Jyn Erso, K2SO. K2SO, right? K2SO? Why does that sound different? Imperial Death Trooper. And these were microfighters. So this was the first appearance of Snap Wexley. So you got some episode 7 microfighters. Kind of sucked that they made one for the First Order Snowspeeder because this was a vehicle that got cut last minute from the movie. The Ghost, so some Rebels microfighters too. The battle pack was one for the Resistance for episode 7. Always like those dual molded helmets, which are really cool. And then they had one for the First Order. And this is what I'm talking about. You see that figure? Very similar to this figure here. So it felt kind of lame. Because that was in the battle pack. These came out later. This was, I think, a spring release. And this is for the game. It was Battlefield. What is it called? Battlefront. That's it. It was for Star Wars Battlefront. So they made 2 Star Wars Battlefront sets, both of which were battle packs. I like the jet packs on these guys. And this was a cool combination of figures, but again, maybe not the best army builder, but still some cool face prints and helmets and heads and everything. These were pretty cool. Episode 3 stuff, pretty decent. Another Droid Escape Pod. I did get this one. I like it. It's cute. This was a Carbon Freeze Chamber. We didn't get Cloud City for a long time at that point, so this is kind of like a slice of Cloud City. The Ugnaught was probably the main draw of it because that was the first time we're getting an Ugnaught. Hoth Attack. After Assault on Hoth, this felt like, or along with Assault on Hoth, it felt like salt in the wound. I don't know. Tacky Dacky. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. It's a fun little play set. It was the cheapest way to get Kylo Ren at the time, and the only way to get his face. And the only way to this day to get Maz Kanata. So this is one of my favorite of the episode 7 sets. Just a really fun thing. And I remember a lot of people are saying this looks like a slice of bacon, which it does. It even has Traitor. Remember when Traitor was a meme? Back when the Star Wars fandom didn't want to like attack each other or anything like that. Episode 7 was pretty universally liked. Like, people were like, oh, it's pretty good, or oh, it's amazing. And there was a meme, Traitor, and that was just like a little meme. Now it's like, oh, The Last Jedi sucks, Solo was awful, whatever, and it's so sad what it's become. And I'm not saying that's the fans' fault. I'm not saying that's the movie's fault. It's just sad to see what the Star Wars fan base be so fragmented. Anyways, Resistance Troop Transport. This was a cool little set. It had old Leia, General Leia, which was really cool, and even an old Akbar. So that was cool. Rest in peace, buddy. Cannon Speeder Bike. I did get this one. You can see he has a fixed hair piece. Cool little set. I like kind of the detailing on the crates and everything. And I did get this one too. Ugh. Mystery set. This is interesting. Look, this set was just skipped. No info on what it is. It was a planned set or something. This set was not released. Huh, that is actually interesting. I didn't see that one. More original stuff, because this was a new series called the Freemaker Chronicles, made by Lego. So they had the Yoda Chronicles and they had the Freemaker Adventures. I think I did get this set because I love that figure, and the shaping of this is pretty cool. Advent Calendar, Santa Wookiee. This was the other free maker adventures. Love this set because of the face prints. You didn't get much face prints in that coloring, so it was nice to get those headpieces. Didn't like the build. Over here is a pretty decent play set. It was a little bit pricey, but it came with Unkar, right? Unkar, I think that's his name. And I like the brick built here and this figure as well. So pretty cool figures and a nice kind of grummy, grimy, those aren't words. You know, grimy little, what is it called? See, I'm forgetting the name of it. Jakku, that's it, Jakku. Oh my gosh, it even says it right there. It's Encounter on Jakku. Sorry. I just did like 50 sets in a row. Can you blame me? This was interesting because we literally got an episode 7 X-Wing less than a year before this one, and they put out another. This was when they started getting risky, and I don't know if that really helped the Lego Star Wars brand because they put out a lot of similar stuff next to each other. This was one of the cases, but I love this blue and gray color scheme, probably even more than that black and red or black and orange color scheme. Let's see. And I remember it came with this guy right here who was exclusive, Max von Sydow's character. This was Rebel set. One of the last times we got 2 vehicles in a set. I love getting that though. And it had a new Sabine Wren, which I think I bricked some pieces, her hair. And this was another way to get the new Darth Vader, which the new Darth Vader, I forgot to say, was introduced in that 2014 Death Star Final Battle set where the helmet was actually 2 pieces. Clone Turbo Tank, I'm sure a lot of prequel trilogy lovers will love this one, which is okay. Actually, pretty interesting use of a hairpiece from the Hobbit sets outside the Hobbit wave, and I haven't seen that hairpiece since. Oh, this is some Rogue One stuff. So this was the cheapest Rogue One set. The second cheapest, AT-ST. The TIE Striker. Really interesting, grimy looking figures. I love getting this guy, Biston, I think his name was, if I'm not mistaken. I think I bought all these sets on release, which I kind of regret because I didn't end up building this one or this one, which this is a cool set. I don't know. I kind of got overwhelmed by it. But there's some great figures in here. Oh, this was another Rebel set. Actually, this might have been the most expensive Rebel set. Was that a retail exclusive? I don't remember, but I like this figure right here. Another Rebel set. I don't know if this one was too expensive, but I remember this one for sure was a retail exclusive. The Ahsoka figure was really hard to find, really desired, but this was like Toys R Us. And then we got the Death Star. So yeah, that was a remake of the Death Star. A lot of people didn't believe me they were going to remake the Death Star, but they ended up remaking the Death Star, and it had the introduction of a new hairpiece for Han Solo. And we got the magazines. Nothing too interesting there. Was that? Oh, I was about to say, was Yoda in that set? That'd be crazy. Oh, here's some exclusive figures. So this was a First Order General. I love the printing on the side. I think the face in that printing is exclusive. And then Rebel A-Wing Pilot, which is pretty cool. Very detailed. Oh, I did get this one. I think it was a May the 4th promo or something. Mini Millennium Falcon. And that's it. So moving on to 2017. We're almost there. U-Wing Polybag. I did get this one. First Order Heavy Assault Walker Polybag. Might have gotten that. R2-D2. This was the May the 4th promo, so they stopped using minifigures and they just went on to droid builds. These were a new type of promo. They were like a thinner material than polybags, and they would connect to each other with a little display stand. I think they still release them to this day. We had a Scary Stormtrooper, which had exclusive printing, and R3M2, which had some exclusive printing. More combo battle packs. UCS Snowspeeder. U-Wing Microfighter, which has a pretty interesting face print and everything. I didn't even notice. That figure is actually really darn cool. I wonder if do I have that set? Oh, I do not have that set. Dang it. TIE Striker. Y-Wing. Krennic's Imperial Shuttle. So the battle pack here was for Rogue One. So you got some Rebel Troopers, pretty interesting helmets and everything. And we had Imperial Trooper battle pack. This one had 2 Stormtroopers, original trilogy Stormtroopers. That's awesome. Nowadays, though, don't they have another? Yeah, they do have another Stormtrooper helmet. Dang it. This was the First Order Transporter Speeder battle pack, which, another Episode 7 battle pack. Very similar to the other, First Order battle pack from the year before. And we got a Bounty Hunter Speeder Bike Battle Pack, which this is just a random set, but it was pretty cool to see some of these characters in Lego form for the first time. Or I think he was in Lego form for the first time. Not entirely sure. Love that guy's the color on the torso though. Yoda's Starfighter. That's actually a Clone Wars set, but they used a new design for it, which is kind of interesting. Duel on Naboo. It's a little play set. Great play set. I think they call them they're like great play sets, or like play sets that are like 25 to 30 bucks. So cute little feature. This was awesome because exclusive canon figure there with the it's a hair kind of mask combo or whatever you want to call it, and then Yularen, and he had that slicked hair piece in dark blue. So lots of exclusive pieces, and it's like an updated Phantom. Battle on Scarif, nice little playset. And the Y-Wing. This was our first OT Y-Wing in quite a bit. Some interesting figures. I guess you could say OT Y-Wing, but you know, it's technically from Rogue One. Luke's Land Speeder. This was when it was getting kind of close to some re-releases. I guess there was one in 2014, and then they made this one. I don't know. And Desert Skiff. So this was interesting because this was a Target exclusive, and this was the cheapest way to get Han Solo's hairpiece. Thankfully, I held out on it because he ended up coming in a lot more sets with the Solo sets, but that's next year. This was a $40 Toys R Us exclusive, and it was Episode 6 based, so it was cool getting Lando from Return of the Jedi. And we're moving on to the Last Jedi set. So this one right here always drew me in because it was cheap. First set to have this face print for Finn, and you can't really see it because it's getting cut off, but there you go. And cheapest set to get Rose, also I think the only set to get Rose in the first wave, and I loved her ponytail piece, and I also liked her face print. This is an ugly set, but I do own it. It's kind of a meme set at this point. Like if we had the OSRS back then, it would be a meme set. Jakku Quad Jumper. And this one was interesting because it's not a Last Jedi set, but it's a Force Awakens set. And it was released around the summer, but I guess this was a way to get the Force Awakens Finn and Rey in a cheap set. Kind of frustrating that they put Unkar's Thug here because he was an exclusive to the book, and then they just released him here like it was nothing. We got Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter, and Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter is pretty cool because this one had the Episode 8 version of Kylo Ren. I also like the overall build of this, and that's a pretty famous video on my channel. Rathtar Escape. This was more Episode 7 stuff they did right before the Last Jedi wave. It was cool to get this in Lego form. I thought these would be just specialized pieces, but no. They even had a new Han Solo in here, and it was cool getting these figures too. Republic Fighter Tank. Just some this is some expanded universe stuff, so it's kind of interesting seeing it in a wave like this. Darth Vader transformation, remake of the classic set. Really like the play feature here. And the Star Wars Advent Calendar didn't really have too many interesting figures. All it had was like Santa BB-8. So it's definitely one of the weakest Advent calendars in my opinion. Tracker 1, so this is more of the Freemaker Adventures stuff. The Arrowhead, really interesting figure right here. BB-8 buildable, which is something that now they have a buildable Yoda. I think this one's better though. Kind of goes with the buildable R2 that came out, I guess, 5 years before this one. This was cool because of the Holdo figure. Also, the general shaping of this it's a pretty interesting build, and I still have it built to this day. I don't mind displaying that one. I wanted to get this set for Rey, I guess, but she also came in that set with Snoke, so it's okay. But no, it's a cool, at type build. I do own this set. We just got it rebuilt, so that's really cool. I always like the design of the Finalizer, and the Snoke minifigure kicks butt. Oh, there's the hyperdrive. So this is the second and only other version of this. Baby Jango Fett or Boba Fett right there. UCS Millennium Falcon. Of course, $800 most expensive Lego set. Minox. Old Episode 5 stuff, and then new Episode 8 stuff. First appearance of the Porg, too, in Lego form. We got some more buildable figures, so those were just kind of finishing up Rogue One. I do own this guy. I got him for like $3 or like $2. It was insanely low price. Elite TIE Fighter pilot. So there you go. Oh, so that was okay. Cool. That was Episode 7. So you got like 3 of Rogue One, and then we got 3 of Episode 7. Oh, actually 4 of Episode 7, right? Because this was Episode 7 too. Interesting. And then this was just a random figure. And they also had a little playset build for this. So it was a scout speeder and a scout trooper and a speeder bike. That was in the summer of 2017. So I guess that was the year of the most of those, buildable figures. Flash speeder, Cannon Jaros, Ghost, Imperial, whatever, TIE Advanced, Vulture, A-Wing, Sandcrawler, Imperial Snowtrooper, Ray Speeder, First Order Snow Speeder, Droid Gunship, Y-Wing. Oh, I got this one. This was at Star Wars Celebration 2017, which I did go to. Millennium Falcon, which has printing on it. Funny enough, I remember getting that at Target. BB-8, Princess Leia, and that's it. All right, so we're nearing the end. It's been like, I don't know, more than an hour. All right, so 2018. Let's do this, guys. I got that set. Solo polybag. This was the May the 4th promo, BB-8. I actually really like how this is built. Like it's a really well made build that actually has like articulation and stuff. DJ. I guess we never got DJ as a figure in any other set, but yeah, this is the only way to get him, and it was one of those little new promo sets. And they also had 2 new promo sets for Solo. That was kind of cool. Getting the Han Solo Mud Trooper was one of the best because this hairpiece and that coloring is exclusive to the figure. Super Pack 2-in-1. Those were the Costco ones. UCS Y-Wing. Resistance Bomber. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I want that one. So basically, the Resistance Bomber set has a character called Finch Dallo in it, and he has a really interesting face print that I want. Anyways, Millennium Falcon. Microfighter. This was the first time we got that helmet piece, I guess. Well, sort of. There's another set here that has it, but really cool. It's not a helmet piece, but it's a, headphones and a hair piece. A-Wing versus TIE Fighter, TIE Silencer Microfighters. Interesting. That's a blue A-Wing. I don't think we got a regular version of that. So these were like 2 packs for the Microfighters. First time they did that. Little extra First Order battle pack. Tatooine battle pack. See, this is when they started doing more of like less of the same characters and like, 2 of each and then like some other ones thrown in. Same here, 2 of each, some other ones thrown in. I should have got this set recently. I saw it on sale for a very good price, but I ended up not getting it. Just want Mace Windu and General Grievous, really. This was like one of the most anticipated sets because Old Man Luke, and even a new version of Rey, and Porg, cheap set. It was like $30. This is a really hated set, and I understand why. I mean, the design of it is kind of ridiculous for the price. It's like $40, but this top part is not even built. Like, it's just an incomplete build. I like the elevator though, and I like the figures a lot. I like figures that have like a specialized hair and hat combo or whatever for like one set. So like the Kanan Jarrus that we did a year or 2 ago had one, but this one has Rose with the Imperial hat and her hair kind of popping out, and it's a really interesting piece in my opinion. Let's see though. Defensive Crate, never ended up getting this one. Pretty cool set though. I like the Poe Dameron here, like that headphone hair combo. Hoth Medical Chamber. This was a cool standalone Walmart set. I remember getting this at Walmart. Cool figures. That Back to Tank Luke's pretty dope. And this was weird. It was a sand speeder. Nobody knows where it's from. It was just a random set that showed up at Target. That's it. But yeah, that was a set that existed. I thought it was from The Last Jedi at first, and I remember people were like, "Are these Rey's parents?" And it's like, no. Mos Eisley Cantina, not the best version of the Cantina, but it was a fairly cheap one. One of the last Toys R Us exclusives in the U.S. Jedi and Clone Trooper Battle Pack, whatever. Imperial Patrol Battle Pack. This was for... Okay, so this was interesting. This was a Spring Wave. So this was one of the first appearances of the dress piece. And the Spring Wave had this set thrown in, but like the release had the Imperial Patrol Battle Pack for Solo. So this was a Solo set. This was also part of that wave, but it wasn't, a Solo set, which was Yoda's Hut. Awesome to get a new version of Yoda's Hut after all these years. Then this was a Solo set. Love her hairpiece. Love that little guy there. This was a Solo set. This was a Solo set, which I own a lot of these, and I haven't built them yet. Like, I haven't built this one. This is the Falcon. Interesting how Chewie has, like, a new body piece. Interesting character right here, which I've never really seen in the movies or anything, but he has, like, a cool design. Or maybe I did, I don't remember, but just a cool design. They usually throw in, like, a cool figure with each one of these Millennium Falcons that has, like, a new helmet or headpiece or whatever. It's usually, like, a minor character. Also interesting, this was, like, one of the few times they used a LEGO Friends hairpiece on a regular LEGO minifigure. I love the blue on there. One day I'll get that, but I haven't seen it on sale. Also, the advent calendar here. This one was cool because of this figure from Rogue One that didn't appear in any other sets. Also, I like this little Santa trooper right here, which had a very useful snowman face print. Whatever. This was actually the Clone Wars, funny enough, but yeah, they didn't go with that goofy Clone Wars cartoony style. This was a summer solo set, which I like the design of. I like how they use Mr. Incredible's hair for him, and these figures are pretty cool. It's only $30 too. This was a very anticipated set, but it ended up being like $70, so not a lot of people got it, but awesome. Praetorian Guard figures. That was the first time you could get them, and cheap way to get Rey's hair right there, but it's just a very iconic scene and one of my favorite scenes from The Last Jedi. Convex Transport. This was a set I really did want, and I never ended up getting it because I wanted to find it on sale, but I like a lot of things about this set. First off, I like how it's kind of like a train. Second off, I like the figures where they're obscure variations of popular characters. So like there's a variation of Han Solo here, a variation of Chewie here with the goggles. I like that, just slightly different. I think this is only set to get the range troopers too. The Y-Wing in this set, this was the one I was talking about earlier. Looks kind of smaller than I imagined, but yeah, original trilogy stuff. Very interesting with these helmets here. These helmets are not very easy to get, and they're dual molded. And some 2019 sets don't even use these helmets, which kind of ticks me off. Oh, this was the other summer big solo set. I wanted this one too because I like these random molded heads for these characters right here who are like super obscure characters. I like this figure too. Oh, man, I like this figure too. The figures in this set are awesome. And the only thing I don't like about this build, I know that's like the whole play feature is to pick it up, but like I don't like these parts at the front. I get that's kind of like the purpose of it. But I really like the cockpit of this build. So yeah, one day I'll get it. But oh man, I really want that set. Santa Crawler. Ugh, this is like, again, very small compared to UCS one. Just get the UCS one. But now UCS one's a lot of money. Imperial Landing Craft. This was kind of cool. A little bit pricey, but cool. I think it was like 90. There's Cloud City. Again, very odd shaping. I wish it was just some more strip-like shaping, maybe like the old one, because that was much easier to display. I like the mid-scale Boba Fett Slave 1, though. Porg. It's pretty cute. Little Millennium Falcon cockpit for Comic-Con or whatever. Boba Fett. Darth Vader. So this was the last wave of construction figures, from my understanding. So you got a new Boba Fett. Yeah, I don't think we got Boba Fett before, but we did get Darth Vader before. This is updated. Han Solo, which looks awful. Range Trooper. I think, was that one canceled? There were supposed to be more Solo ones, but I think they got canceled or something. Yeah, you can see right there. So Darth Maul. And then these two were canceled. There's preliminaries of them surfacing around somewhere, so you might be able to find it. Kylo Ren shuttle, so the magazine promos. Even Finn made an appearance. Quad jumper. AT-ST, probe droid, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Droideka, Poe Dameron's X-Wing, Star Destroyer. Oh, look at that. A little Luke figure. That's pretty cool. And the Star Wars Anniversary Pod, which was canceled for a long time, but then it ended up coming out. And the surprise box, aka let's get rid of our crappy inventory of leftover stuff. Oh, the VI. A lot of people hated this one. I think Ryan wasn't a fan of it, but I love this one just for that one printed torso. Like, how much does this go for? And it was funny because when this first showed up, you could buy it on, you could buy like 15 copies of them for $1, but now it goes for $82, which is crazy. These are like miniature ones at Legoland, just for promos. And even a little Porg. Look at the Porg. All right. We're down to last year. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Build your own adventure parts. Okay. Naboo Starfighter. So this was interesting because it's a polybag based off the original set. Or no, this is the polybag based off the original set. 20th anniversary Snowspeeder. 20th anniversary Pod Racer polybag. Oh, I want this. The Obi-Wan collectible figure. Battle of Hoth. This was the May the 4th promo, and I think it's pretty awful. No exclusive figure or anything, just a little diorama. Battle of Endor, which is weird because the box for this isn't the 20th anniversary box. Naboo Starfighter Microfighter. Let's say that a lot of times fast. The Sith Infiltrator. Cool to get these episode 1 characters in cheap sets. Oh, this was an awesome one, the Praetorian Guard Battle Pack. I liked how it has a play feature and everything, and I like the figures. They even have like a new version of the Praetorian Guard in this set. This was for Battlefront 2, which is kind of cool. And Darth Vader bust. This was a Celebration promo, but also available at Target, so I did get that. The Escape Pod and Dewback Microfighters. Cute little Dewback build. Death Star Escape, not really a huge fan of this one, even though I like play sets. I think it's just kind of a weird slice of the Death Star. Droid Gunship, not for me. Not for me. Ooh, the junior sets. Yeah, this was the first time we got 4+ junior sets for Star Wars, and they're pretty simple but adorable. This is what I was talking about, though, where they don't use that new helmet, which was kind of a shame. This was a great little display piece. You could fold it open and fold it closed, and easy to display the two characters. TIE Fighter Attack, cute little set, junior set. These action build sets I still haven't gotten, but I do want this Endor Endor Assault, because I do like Endor. But basically they have these big missiles, and you got to knock over the targets or something. I don't know if they're going to make more of them, though. Also, Lego Star Wars Resistance sets. There was a couple of these. So this one had a very interesting hairpiece right here. That's really why I bought the set for the figure, but the build for it actually has a nice coloring. There's a big battle defense set or whatever, so there you go. Another Star Wars Resistance set. Oh, the 20th anniversary sets. So there was a lot of different types of sets in this year. So we got a remake. Basically, the 20th anniversary sets they just released, but they remake old popular sets. So this is a remake of the original Slave One, I guess. And then we have the Tantive, which was the direct-to-consumer spring set, May the 4th set. It hasn't been too popular from what I heard. The advent calendar for this year, which I reviewed very recently. Love the Old Man Luke here. Also some of the more hard-to-find figures. Death Star Cannon, just reviewed this recently. Love the new hood for Obi-Wan. This is another junior set, cute little A-Wing. Another A-Wing for the Rise of Skywalker. Love this figure here. Like the color scheme. And we have the Y-Wing. I reviewed this one. Pretty cool color scheme as well. Nice figures. Love this figure right here. This is a weird shot of this, but I did review this. Interesting set. Interesting set. I don't love it, but it's pretty decent. Darth Vader's Castle. This is one I don't think I'm going to get. It's a fun play set, but I don't know. It's just not really for me. It's part of like a VR thing or whatever. That's what it's based off of. So that's kind of an interesting choice. And also it has that miniature scale little TIE Advance, kind of like how the Cloud City has the miniature scale Slave 1, but still fit for a minifigure. Then there's this set, which I gotta build. Yes. I don't want to look at it anymore. They made Boost Star Wars this year as well. Love the gonk right there. Here's the Mandalorian set, the only Mandalorian set, which has some really cool figures. I do like the color scheme and some of the detailing here, but I am kind of tired of ATSTs. Buildable Yoda, which has kind of become a meme because of the face. It does look pretty good, though. I like how round it is. There's not a lot of studs showing like that original one. Kylo Ren shuttle, which this is the ultimate Kylo Ren shuttle yet. Like the black, love the Knights of Ren, love some of the figures here. The Millennium Falcon, this is the first Millennium Falcon to close gaps, so that's really cool. So I might get this one very, very soon. I don't know. This guy right here is kind of that random throw-in obscure character in the big set. Also Old Man Lando, which I want. The Anakin's Pod Racer, first set with mid-legs, from my understanding. That is just kind of like a wide release set. Later in the summer, they did have the Harry Potter ones, but this came with Luke. And this one is a Snowspeeder. I really just wanted this because I'm kind of sick of Snowspeeders, but I wanted this for Lando. And this came with Vader. Very odd choice, but okay. This is a remake of what, I think that's a remake of the 2013/2014 set, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was maybe they're just saying it's a remake of this set right here, the Clone Scout Walker from 2005. I don't remember. And this was a remake of that very famous 2008 set, which they just throw in Han Solo to, which doesn't make much sense, but okay. And you can see they do have that new Stormtrooper helmet right there, which was released this year. This is a mini poly bag. I do want to get that sometime. It's cute, celebrating the droid boost. Sith Trooper bust. This was one that is available at some conventions. Was it San Diego Comic-Con, I think? And we're getting some magazine promos. Uh-oh. Is this the end? Is this the end? Pretty cool IG-88 promo. Oh my, I think we're getting to the end. Oh, there you go. First Order Stormtrooper. That's a cool one. That's a good one to get like a lot of magazines of, so you could army build that. Yep. Tantive mini build. I don't remember when they had that, or this mini X-Wing. That's it. Guys, I think that's it. I think that's every Lego Star Wars set. I did it. This was like, oh my gosh. I've before you comment, I got whatever wrong. I know I probably got a lot wrong. I'm not like the biggest Lego Star Wars or even Star Wars fan out there, but this was really fun to do because I do like the theme and I do like the movies. And I'm looking forward to episode 9. Either way, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.